back, folks, to Good Morning Maine. We're here with Natalia Getman and Jane Weymouth. They're with the Maine Central Institute's Bossov Ballet Theater, and they're here today to talk about their gala featuring Swan Lake. Folks, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So Swan Lake is very exciting. This is the culmination of a lot of hard work on your part. Can you tell us what led up to this gala?
Actually, it's 6 intensive weeks of hard work at the Maine Central Institute and our program called Bossov Ballet Theater. Yeah. And so we host close to 30 dancers from different countries, and some of them are from Taiwan, from Mexico, from Japan, and Puerto Rico, and of course from United States. And so during those 6 weeks, we have an intensive preparation for the final ultimate performance, which will be tonight at 7 p.m. and tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Collins Center of the Arts.
Beautiful, very exciting. I have seen one ballet at the Collins Center for the Arts, so I'm so happy that you folks are bringing more. But Jane, so you just graduated from Maine Central Institute.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you were here too, you folks were both here 2 years ago with the last time that you did this. But tell me, what does it mean to be a dancer? I mean, you're the main character in Swan Lake.
It's a challenge, but it's a very rewarding challenge because Natalia had mentioned a little bit earlier when we were talking, but the role of the swan in Swan Lake is very complex because you're not just dancing one part or one character, you're dancing two. Right. So you have the white swan, who's characterized by a more graceful and innocent and almost naive personality, very sweet, and it attracts the prince, so you have to portray that kind of sweetness and purity and innocence. And then you have the black swan, and she's intense, and she is almost manipulative, and she's kind of fiery, but she wants to trick the prince because it follows the storyline of, you know, the true love and the prince falling in love with the white swan, and then the evil and the darker power trying to fool the prince into making a curse last longer. Which all plays into the white swan being cursed because she really is a human, but she's been cursed to be a swan by the black swan and her father, Rothbar. So the personalities there that you have to portray, because part of the trick is that the black swan is supposed to resemble the white swan, so the prince can't tell the difference. So it's the same dancer dancing both parts, and they contrast, you know, like black and white, very opposite. So to kind of be in that mindset to portray two completely different characters, but at the same time tie them together, it's challenging, but it's a very rewarding process because I think I've discovered a lot about myself throughout the process, and I've fallen in love with kind of giving to the art in that way where I can sacrifice, you know, my own mind and my own thinking to portray these characters that tell a bigger story, and it's rewarding to be a part of something that's larger than yourself in that way. So it's been a challenge, but I've loved every second of it.
Wow,
so.
Jane, that's so beautifully put. I can tell that you've thought about it so much and really you have become the Black Swan.
I have.
Has anybody asked you too about the movie with Natalie Portman and if you've seen that and how you feel about that portrayal?
I actually have not seen it yet.
Maybe that's
My
a good
sister
thing.
has, but yeah,
maybe
I
that's good.
thought so.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
Well, folks, we are running out of time. Tell folks where they can watch, again, as a reminder.
So please come in to the Collins Center for the Arts in Orono, and performances tonight at 7 p.m. Tickets you could purchase online through the website, or you could just come in at the door and purchase at the box office. And there is another opportunity to see tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love a matinee. And that website is Maine Central Institute or Collins Center for the Arts?
It's a Collins Center for the Arts.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll link that on our website as well when I post this interview. Natalia and Jane, excuse me, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
You.
Of course, and break a leg tonight,
Thank
as
you.
they say.